let the world know that I had my boobs done, because two things would have happened. I would not have mentioned that I got it done, and it would have gone and gone and gone and gone. I would have worn a bikini and people would have noticed, and then it would have become a big conversation. It would have been something that I should have been ashamed of, because Lauren got her breast done and she's hiding it, and it don't even do good. I can't be bothered to set my entire lighting system up as per normal, so I'm just using this light right here. Just bear with me, okay? I kind of wanted to shoot this video. If there's clutter in my background, which I'm sure there is, I apologize from now. So we're basically gonna talk about my post-surgery depression. You guys can go ahead and Google what that is, and you can ask your doctor as well. I am not a doctor. I'm not any form of licensed medical professional. I am only speaking about my personal experiences. I can't help you diagnose what you have, and I'm not diagnosing anybody. I was barely diagnosed. So let's just start off there. So let's just talk about like my situation. So I just want to go ahead and start this video off by saying I do not regret my breast augmentation, or if you would like to call it my boob job. I do not regret doing it. I was going to do it regardless. This video is not about regretting doing it. This video is about what I experienced after getting it done. So going into my surgery, if you have not watched my boob chit chat video or my 4 months of post surgery videos, then you can go ahead and check them out. I will link them down below. I am 5 months post surgery. I hit my 5 month this past Tuesday, I believe, on the 7th of July. So that was like just a couple of days ago. Today is July 12th at 7:21. If you watch any of my videos, you know my obsession with the number 7. So just to give you guys a whole thing. So after I got my boobs done, going into my surgery, I knew that I wanted boobs that looked natural. I didn't want big breasts, because I found that, to me, big boobs on my body, I didn't feel like they were going to be attractive, and I didn't want them to take away from my body. So I spoke about that with my doctor. I spoke about that with the nurse. I said, I do not want big breasts. I don't like the look of them. So that was that. After my surgery, I think, for the first, I want to say 2 months, while I was waiting for them to go down, I was really, really antsy about them. They were massive when they just got done, which is expected. That's supposed to happen. It was like a shock to my brain. The first time I saw them, I was like, wow, they're really, really big, but I knew that they were going to start out big and that the sizes it was going to come down. So I was dealing with that. And then, right after, I want to say like a month after my surgery, the virus was in speaking down, but we went into lockdown like a month after. So I was home every day. I couldn't work out for like a month, and if you know me, you know that working out and the gym is a huge part of my life, and I was no longer able to do that. And then we were in lockdown, and for the first 2 months, for the first 2 months, I was just watching them, and I was watching other people's YouTube videos, and I just became, I want to say by month 2.5, something very weird started happening to me. I was not able to look at my breasts and just be comfortable with them. They were just starting to annoy me. I don't know how to explain that. I would send pictures to all my friends. I was constantly talking to my friend Nicola, Shanique, Ali, constantly sending pictures to Kiara. I'm just like, what do they look like to you? Like I was reaching out to all of my friends. I was literally sending all my friends like topless pictures like on a daily basis. I'm like, do they look like they're getting smaller? Do they look like they're getting smaller? I became obsessed with the fact that they were, in my eyes, enormous. Every time I posted a picture on Instagram, I was super conscious about it, and then nobody had pointed them out. So I was just like, maybe they're not as big as I think they are, or maybe people are just polite or whatever. But when I saw them, they were just massive. So like on my daily activity or daily about my life. I don't feel them. They're not in my way. I don't have back pain. Like they literally, if I don't see them, they're not in my way. Like I don't know how to explain it. They don't feel like I went super big. So it was like, it's just what I would see with my eyes that was really starting to bother me. So I went in for my 3-month post-op. And I remember I went in, and this was like during Corona, and they had just opened back up, and it was time for my next appointment. So like I had said, everything time-wise had worked out really well. I went in, he looked at them, he was like, oh, you're healing perfect. He looked at the scars under my arm, he was like, everything looks good, everything looks great, da 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 da. And I went in with my husband, and I just remember, you know, like my husband was looking at me because he knew for the past couple of weeks or months that I was really uncomfortable. I mean, I was on YouTube every night. I would stay up like until 5 a.m. just watching YouTube videos and watching other girls' breast augmentation videos. Going into my surgery and all these years wanting to get my boobs done, I never watched anybody's breast augmentation videos. I don't watch that. I've never watched any of them. I was never interested in anybody else's story because I knew what I wanted. So to me, watching those videos was going to influence me to want something that I never wanted, right? But after I got them done and the size of them was really bothering me, then I just started to obsessively watch videos, and I started watching Sarah's video, Sarah Arshcroft. I can never say her name because I have to see it to say it. But Sarah, an influencer that I follow on Instagram, I know she had gotten hers done, but I never watched the video. So after I got my boobs done, I watched the video. And then I was noticing that almost all the girls who got their boobs done that I really liked or that looked natural to me, they got like 300 cc's within the 300, below 400 cc's. So now I was thinking to myself, why would he give me 400 cc's when it wasn't really even something that I had wanted? Like I didn't know the cc's that I wanted, but I just knew that I did not want them to be big, right? I wanted to go up 1 cup size. That was my plan. 1 cup size. So I started to obsessively watch videos. I would send Kiara videos like late, like 3 a.m. in the morning. I'm like, oh my God, watch this video, or look at her breasts, or da 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 da. She's only 312 cc's, da 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 da. And my friend Kiara, who got hers done 10 years ago, was just like, you need to calm down. They are going to get smaller. They're very big right now, but like after a year, they're going to reduce in size. Like, stop worrying about it. So I went to my doctor for my 3-month post-op, and I remember asking him, you know, like I was just standing there with like my robe or whatever, and I'm just like, size-wise, are they gonna get smaller? And I remember he was like, no, that's pretty much gonna be the size. The shape is gonna change because right now they're still at the top of your chest. They're still very much at the top. They have not dropped yet. My breasts have not completely dropped. I know a lot of people make it seem like they drop really, really quickly, or they'll drop in like 3 months. That's not true. I take that back. That was not true for me. And a lot of my friends that I know have gotten it done, the dropping process took longer than I've seen a lot of people on YouTube say. So he was like, no, the shape is going to be different. The weight is going to push itself to the bottom. So I said to him, you don't think that they kind of look a little, what was the word that I used to him? I said, right now they look a little, gimmicky, I think is the word I had. I don't think that was the exact word, but it was a word similar. I said, I feel like they look very gimmicky, and I wasn't really going for this look. And I remember I said it to him, and my husband's in the corner, and my doctor's looking at me, and my husband was like, how easy would it be to have the size changed, like if she wanted them smaller? And he was just like, I mean, if you want them smaller, changing them to a smaller size, that can be done. I think he said something like it's easy or something. It's not hard. Easy being as it's not impossible. Not easy as in, oh, we can just press that button, because it would still be another operation. So my husband said to him, do you ever have people who get them done and they want them smaller? And he was like, no. Usually women who get them done, they want to come back and they want to get them bigger, or like they'll come back 10 years later after they've had kids or something like that, and they want the size reduced, or they want the look reduced because they've gotten older or whatever. And I remember just sitting there thinking, just like, I was just really annoyed when he said that the size wasn't gonna get any smaller, because in my head I'm thinking, I told these people going in that I did not want big breasts, right? I think I said it like 1,000 times. I remember the morning of my surgery, I think I said it 1,000 times. Not 1,000, but I remember saying it to them I don't want big boobs, right? And I know that sounds weird because you're getting your boobs done. You're getting a breast augmentation. Like, you're going in for boobs. But for me, I just wanted a little bit on my breast. I didn't want the Barbie doll drama because, like I said, I didn't have a problem with my breasts. They were just losing a little bit of. To me, it was like, when you have your hair, and if you used to wear clipping extensions, where you'd have your natural hair and you put a few tracks in just to give you some body. That is what I was going in when I was getting my breasts done. I just wanted a few tracks in. I didn't want a full head of weave with a whole lace frontal. I didn't want none of that. I just wanted a few tracks in to give me some volume and for it to still look natural and people to wonder, is that all her hair or is she wearing like a weave? That was what I wanted for my breasts. So I remember I went home that evening after my appointment and I just sunk into this depression. When I said sank into depression, I meant I didn't even sleep that night. I was just in a terrible mood. And I just started to obsessively scroll Instagram and I scroll YouTube and I scroll everything. And I was just looking at everybody that I knew who had a boob job. And I was just like, that's not what I want. That's not what I want. This is not what I wanted. I did not want this. Da, 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 da. And I was just like losing my mind. And my husband was like, you need to calm down. He said to wait 6 months. So my doctor told me that day, he was like, just wait 6 months. And I know it sounds like I'm rambling right now, and that's because I am rambling. I'm trying to tell you guys a story of this, just the feelings that came over me after I got my breast done. I called my doctor the next day. This is 3 months. This is like, we're 3 months post-op now. This is before I had announced it on my Instagram. I called my doctor's office and I was talking to the nurse and I said, if I wanted to come in to get another surgery after I've had surgery, how soon can I come in? Would I need to let my body heal? And she said, well, she recognized my voice, right, by my accent. She was like, Lauren? And I was like, yes. And then she was like, if you've been 3 months, if you'd like another surgery, you can get it done now. It would be around 3 months, depending on how much you've healed. So she was like, what's going on? And I said, I don't like my breasts. I literally said that. I was like, I don't like them. And she was like, why? I said, they are too big. This is not what I wanted. I did not want big breasts. I did not want attention things on my chest. I just wanted a little couple tracks to give my hair some body. I didn't want the drama. So she was just like, you'd have to come in for another consultation and we would, look at it. And she asked me what type I had. So because I had saline, it was going to be easier for me to have them removed. Because my worry now was they went under my arms and armpits and it was such a clean procedure that I didn't want to have to cut anywhere on my breast now. Because that was one of the problems I was having too, is that my surgery went so well. And I'm not being dramatic. I'm not glamorizing surgery. You understand what I'm saying? I'm telling you the truth. My surgery went really well. I did not need to take my painkillers. I can show you my painkillers right now. I can show you how many I was prescribed and how many I took. I think I took maybe 3. I have all of my Percocets in that drawer. I did not need to touch them, right? The surgery went well. The healing went well. The scar under my arm is pretty much disappearing. I didn't get any stretch marks. And so I was really torn between a rock and a hard place because I'm just like, my surgery went so fucking well. But my breasts, I don't like the size of them. And I remember a lot of my friends were just like, yeah, but Lauren, you've already spent so much money to get them done. Why are you going to spend more money to remove them? And I remember hearing somewhere a long time ago, if you can afford to get surgery, when you're going in to get surgery, make sure you can afford it twice, because you never know what can happen. You never know if your body's going to have a reaction. You have to take it out, whatever. So I was willing to spend the money to have them removed or have the size readjusted if I hate them, right? That's just me. My happiness comes before everything. So even though it cost me so much to get it done, I was willing to pay double that to remove them or fix it or get the size that I want, because at the end of the day, I'm not going to walk around pretending to be happy with these damn things on my chest if I didn't like them. So I remember calling the nurse and telling her that, I just don't like them. I just don't fucking like them. I remember saying it to her just plainly. I'm like, they are too big. I feel like they're all people are looking at. Mind you, I was posting pictures on Instagram and nobody noticed them. I would say friends out, and if I didn't say something, nobody knew that I got them done, right? But my mind was fucking with me. And I remember when I went in for my consultation, my doctor was like, psychologically, you're not adjusting to them yet. You're having a hard time adjusting, which is normal. Give yourself some time, which is something that nobody ever talks about when they get their boobs done. They don't talk about like that there's an adjustment phase. Of course, some people don't go through that, right? Because a lot of people, I guess if breasts are something that you've always wanted and you've daydreamed about them since you're a little kid, then it's going to be like, ooh, you know. But for someone like me, I'm sorry if I'm getting dark. It's fine. You just need to listen to the story. You don't need to hear my voice. But the lighting, the sun, everything is just playing with me right now. I don't know if I should take this off and just get like a brighter light on me. Maybe let's try that. Hold on. How does that look? How are we feeling? Do we prefer that? I don't know. I don't feel like you guys really need to see my face that much. We'll just work with this. But as I was saying, yeah, so I was just like, you know, like everybody, nobody really noticed it. But me, when I look in the mirror, and every morning I would, like my friend Nicola was like, maybe you need to just stop looking at them. It was like an obsession. I would stand in front of my bathroom mirror and I would just stand there topless looking at them. Sometimes for like even 30 minutes, 40 minutes, and my husband would have to come in and be like, you need to stop this. Like I was just sinking in depression. This was like in the middle of like the quarantine. We couldn't really leave the house. I was working 9 hours a day in front of my laptop. So that on top of that, I couldn't work out. And you know, the gym is a big part of my life. I wasn't going outside. I was inside and I was looking at my boobs day in and day out and just fucking hating them. And after I made that phone call with the doctor, the nurse, I said, yes, I'm going to come in for another consultation. I want to have another surgery. And I was ready to have that surgery the next fucking week, right? So this, like, I made the phone call Wednesday. I was ready to go in for a consultation that Monday morning if they could take me. And I was ready to have surgery that Friday. If they had the scheduling, I was ready to go. I didn't give a fuck, right? Within 5 minutes of me coming off of the phone with her, she spoke to the doctor and the doctor had her call me back. Long story cut short, the doctor basically said, you need to wait 6 months. Your breasts haven't even dropped. You know, basically he was just like, my advice as a doctor, you do not have to take my advice. It's almost like he's saying, I don't think this is a good idea. You need to wait. But you know, if you want to come in and get it redone, it's your advice. But I'm telling you that I, as a medical professional, I do not think that this is the best idea. It wasn't in those exact words, but it's almost like that's what he was saying. You can't, like, you're not even settled to make that decision, right? So after I got off the phone with him, I was even more confused and just like, I was just like in the dumps. I was just like, bruh, what is going on? And I'm still fitting in like my small tops, and like I still fit in all of my tops. The only thing that I've really changed is my bra, right? So after my 3 months, then 4 months came, and they were dropping a little bit. So they're dropping a little bit. They're looking a little bit different. They're looking different because at 3 months they were still pretty high. I'm not even gonna they're still high to me right now. They're dropping a little bit more and more every day, but if I stick here, I can feel it right here. It's not where it needs to be yet, you know, compared to, like, I felt my friend's boobs and theirs have completely settled, and you can see it, you can feel it. If you have implants, you know, right? So it was really bothering me. At around 4.5 months, or I don't remember when I disclosed it on Instagram, I think I was getting more and more comfortable with them, and you know, they weren't bothering me as much, and like, you know, like quarantine was kind of ish. We could go outside a little bit, and I was working out again, and my mind was getting back into like a better place. And I stopped watching the YouTube videos as per Kiara's request. My friend was like, you need to stay off of fucking YouTube because it's not doing you any good. And then I started to feel better about them. And so I announced on my Instagram. And the reason why I announced it on my Instagram was because I felt like, one, it's a conversation that can be normalized. Number two, I don't have anything to hide per se. You know, this isn't like I mean, my private life is my private life, and I choose to share what I want to share. But I feel like women are always being stigmatized when they get work done or if they do this to their body. And it's almost like society shames you for not being perfect. But then when you go after perfection, they also shame you for it. And they say that you're not happy and da-da-da-da-da. And people get surgery for different reasons. It isn't sometimes because we hate our bodies. It has nothing to do with that. If you know anything about me, you know that I am obsessed with myself a little bit too fucking much. Okay? Like, I need to take it down a notch. Just like I need to chill, right? And so when I put it on my Instagram, a lot of you said that you didn't even notice. A lot of people thought that it was just a push-up bra, or some people said, I kind of noticed, but I wasn't sure. And then, like the onslaught of love and support from my YouTube community, especially. There's a special place in my heart for my YouTube community. I'm not even gonna, because it's a smaller community than my Instagram, and it's not something that people troll a lot. Like, the people that come to my videos, they come here intentionally. It's not like Instagram where you can just slide through or you can just see it from your browser or anything like that. Like, the people who come to my YouTube, they support Lauren 100%, right? Not bashing my Instagram family, because I love you guys too, but the love that I got on Instagram. Henry, are you okay? Henry's sneezing. The onslaught of just love and support from you guys, and the fact that nobody really noticed it. It was like I was really starting to realize that something was going on in my head. And then I remember talking to my friend Karen and Karina, and we had like a big Zoom meeting, and they were just like, it is probably something that you're going through mentally. It is probably something that is happening in your mind. You know what I mean? And like, we spoke about it, and thank God for good friends and just having a very good support system, because going into any procedure at all, whether you're getting your boobs done, whether you're getting your foot done, if you don't have a good support system around you of people that can support you 100%, it can go any of two ways. So I'm really happy for my support system. So I think having a really good support system is what helped me overcome it. Am I 100% satisfied with the size of my boobs today? Yes and no. I don't have a problem with them. They're fine. You know what I mean? Like, I'm 80% more in love with them now than I was like a couple months ago. But let's just say, if I could redo the experience and make them a little bit smaller, I probably would have just done 350 cc's. But I didn't know. You don't know. So it's like me sitting here saying, I would have done 350 cc's. I probably would have done 350 cc's and then wanted them a little bit bigger. I would have been like, I should have done 400. You know what I mean? So you never really know. I know as time goes by, they are still dropping. And that's just basically what I'm dealing with. But I wanted you guys to know, I did suffer from a really bad kind of like depression. I was like going through the motions. I can't really explain it to you. I mean, I'm sitting here talking on camera, and this video is going to be long and annoying. I cannot really put into words what I went through. It was very bad. I was on YouTube back to back to back. There would be nights where I would just be on YouTube. Like, I would finish work at like 6, and I would just be on YouTube from like 6:30. I would walk Henry like between 6 and 7. And then after I walk Henry, I would like maybe sometimes eat something, maybe not. And I would just sit on YouTube from like 8 p.m. all the way till 6 a.m. in the morning, 7 a.m. in the morning. I would take like an hour nap, and I would sit around my desk and I would work, and I would repeat the cycle. And I was doing that for weeks at a time. It was getting so toxic that like my husband was even worrying. He was like, I really feel like you just need to relax and just stop thinking about them. And eventually I stopped thinking about it. And so I feel like that's one of the reasons why I wanted to speak about it on my Instagram, to like let the world know that I had my boobs done, because two things would have happened. I would not have mentioned that I got it done, and it would have gone and gone and gone and gone. I would have worn a bikini and people would have noticed, and then it would have become a big conversation. It would have been something that I should have been ashamed of, because Lauren got her breast done and she's hiding it and it don't even do good. You know, the things that people say, like, it would have become something that I should have been ashamed of, versus when I spoke about it and I put it out there, it's not newsworthy because I just put it out there. Nobody cares, right? I got my boobs done. Oh, hey girl, they look good. Argument done. Nobody cares about it. It's not newsworthy. If I kept that as a secret, it would have been newsworthy. Case in point, my husband. For years, nobody knew my husband's identity, and it was a big conversation. That my husband's identity has been a conversation for like maybe, when did I post a picture of my husband last year on my Instagram? It was a conversation for 6 years. I never even know that people could talk about something so stale for 6 years. Why doesn't she post her husband? I don't understand. Everybody's posting their man on Instagram. Why she don't post her man? Is he ugly? Is he fat? Is he old? Is he like, what is he? Like, what's going on? Is he real? Does he exist? Is she really married? It was just so many things. I posted a picture of my husband. Argument done. Nobody cared anymore. It was, all right, well, there's that. And so me talking about my breast was just to let other women know that you getting your breast done doesn't make you less of a woman. It's not something that you need to be ashamed of, and it's a conversation that can be normalized and it can be had. And I'm all about female empowerment. You guys know that I feel like if there's something on you that you don't like, fix it. If you can afford it, if it's not going to put you out of your way, if it's not going to require you to sell your soul, then go ahead. I mean, being a woman, I remember my friend Dexter Pottinger, who passed away a couple years ago, said this to me, and I'll never forget it. He said being a woman is such an illusion within itself. You get your hair done, you put your makeup on, you put these clothes on, and they give an illusion. You know, he's like, being a woman is an illusion. Being femininity is a beautiful illusion. And I'll never forget that he said that, and it's something that I absolutely loved. He was just like, it's an illusion. We were on a flight back from, I think we were both on the same flight coming back from New York, and we were sitting beside each other, and he was like, listen, being a woman is an illusion. It's all stuff that we create. It's you're as a woman, we're put into characters every single day, you know. We're expected to look a certain way. We're expected to age a certain way. We're supposed to act a certain way. It's too much. So I felt like, yo, listen, I got my breasts done, and I knew from day one. I told my friend Rhea, I said, the first thing I'm gonna do when my boobs drop is talk about it. So I spoke about it. If there's anything else that you guys want to ask about this, you can comment down below. Like I said, speak to your doctor. Your doctor will be able to advise you and tell you. I went and got a regular checkup from like my regular doctor 2 weeks ago, because I think that's also important. I had a surgery, and so now I wanted to make sure that I was okay. I got blood tests, I got tested for COVID, and I did a full checkup just to make sure that I'm healthy. I'm more healthy this year than I was last year, so hey, okay. But I even asked my doctor, my actual doctor, about my boobs. I was just like, are they proportioned to my body? Because my doctor is pretty cool. So I'll ask anybody. I'm just like, guys, like, what do you think? Because like, I don't know. And a lot of people had the same response. I didn't even notice that you had them done. My doctor said the same thing. He's like, I didn't even notice a difference, you know? So I am feeling a lot better about them today. I'm not sure if I'm gonna have them redone. My surgeon wants me to wait 6 months from the last time I saw him. So my camera stopped recording. My surgeon wants me to wait 6 months from the last time I saw him, so this would be November. So he wants me to see him again in November, and we can discuss where we're going. But let me tell you this, if in November, if I feel like I'm still too big, I will go on that table again and have them adjusted, because for me, my overall happiness is more important than like the money, you know. So I just wanted to talk about that. There's also one more thing I wanted to add. It is completely pointless, but I saw a video here on YouTube, and the girl actually mentioned it, and I also wanted to mention it. A lot of people always say that when you get big boobs, it gives you back problems. The girl who I was watching here, she got 700 cc's. I didn't even know somebody could get so much. She got 700 cc's, and she got saline as well. And she was saying, when you get your boobs done, they're not heavy. They're not like actual real boobs that have weight in them and fat. It's either gel or water, like the saline is, which is water, right? So she's like, it's not heavy, and I can contest to that. Fake boobs are not heavy. I don't know if anybody, I don't know, like I could be wrong. My breasts are not heavy at all. I've also heard people say that they can feel it. They're like, oh, you feel it in your boob, da 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 da. She had 700 cc's, so probably that's why she feels it. I don't feel anything, right? If I never know that I had a boob implant, I wouldn't know that I had a boob implant. I do feel it right here though. I feel it up here. This is where I feel it. I feel it here. But if I poke the side of my breast, if I poke underneath, if I poke here, it feels just like my breast. When I move my chest, I'm not feeling anything different. About 3 weeks ago, I couldn't jump. I was jumping for the first time last week. I might not need to do so much jumping for a little while, but yeah, that's about it. Yeah, this video was long, but I wanted to talk about it. I don't know who else out there could use this information, but I think if you think that you're suffering from post-surgery depression, because a lot of doctors won't diagnose it because they don't want to put that idea in your head. So they won't diagnose it. I'm trying to figure out how I even figured out what it was. I think it was because my doctor said the word. He said, you're trying to adjust psychologically. Psychologically, you're not adjusting. He said that, and then I did some research, and then when I was doing the research, I saw people talking about post-surgery depression, and then I started researching a little bit more, and then I spoke with my regular doctor, and then I spoke with another professional about it, and then I realized that okay, I was suffering from something, and it was a collection of things. It was being in quarantine, it was being isolated, it was just doing this surgery, it was not being able to go to the gym, it was hating my job. And you put all of them together, and I was just struggling to keep it all together, but I'm at a much better place right now, and yeah, they're okay for me right now. Like I said, I'm still watching them. They still have not gone down 100%, and I'm waiting. I wore this white top so that you guys can see. Hold on. Bras. And I'm not wearing a bra, just so you guys can see what they look like. This is from Victoria's Secret. This is what they look like at the front. This is what they look like at the side. This is what they look like at this side. So, I don't know. They're okay. They don't get in my way or anything like that. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know somebody had asked me to do it. A couple people had asked me to speak on it. So I just wanted to make a video just in case anybody out there got their boobs done and they are struggling to come to terms with the size of it. My suggestion to you is to wait. To wait a while, because your body is still adjusting and your mind is still adjusting. So sometimes your body adjusts before your mind, and sometimes they're not even on the same page. My body was adjusting to my surgery just fine. My mind was not adjusting at all. So my name is Lauren O'Lauren. If you like this video, please hit like. If you like my vibe or whatever, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Peace, love, light. Yeah, spread that shit.